If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Looking live at MediaCom Extreme Arena. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Coralville, home of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau. I'm Andy Pollack, and in just a moment we'll have the matchup between Valley, the Tigers of West Des Moines, and the Pleasant Valley Spartans coming your way in a 5A quarterfinal matchup. I'm joined this afternoon by Austin Oliver. Austin, this is one of those days that we talked about. Just a great setup here inside MediaCom Extreme Arena. You can show up early in the morning, you all of a sudden leave, and the day has been spent watching volleyball, and it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, lots of good volleyball. The weather's beautiful outside right now. I walked in with sunny skies. I'm not sure what it's doing out there right now, but was very, very nice. But the atmosphere in here is perfect. Has got Ankeny and Dowling playing on the other court right now, and Valley and the Spartans warming up on our court right here, ready to go.
You are watching the 2025 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, a sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Austin, we've had a chance a few times this year to watch the Tigers of Valley play. They come in with a little bit of an upset over Cedar Falls. I shouldn't say an upset. They beat Cedar Falls. They were ranked higher, but a team that at the beginning of the year, if you watch Valley, they are a completely different team than what they are right now.
Yeah, just an up and down kind of a team. They're very spunky, I think was one of the things we kind of said. They swing hard at almost every set that they get, which sometimes causes some trouble to some of those teams that they run into. But they beat some really good teams, and they've lost to some really good teams this season. So it's going to be a real nice matchup, I think, for the Tigers tonight to see what they can do.
Jeremy Mikesell has his team with the most wins that they've had in a year since their runner-up finish several years ago in the 2019 state finalist run. Mila Root is outstanding, the libero for the Tigers. 52 aces on the year. As you see there, she is third in Class 5A, and they've got a setter that you can't really say she's underappreciated, because Austin, as a volleyball coach yourself, you appreciate what Kaylin Whelan can do.
Yeah, it just does a little bit of everything. everything. Obviously, the assist numbers are outrageous, but the kill numbers are right there, just almost as big of a deal. Leading the team in both those categories, or being in the top, very close to in both those categories. But just an amazing athlete, is going to be definitely playing on the next level. She gets a little bit older here.
Pleasant Valley, coached by Amber Hall in her 10th year as the Spartans head coach. And she's got a great team going on. It seems like every year we are talking about Pleasant Valley at the end of the year coming in at 29-5, and everything is set around their all-everything hitter, Isabel Kramer. The future Drake Bulldog has been cooking as of late.
Yeah, as opposed to Valley, who's kind of got their offense spread out amongst a lot of the different parts of the team. This just squarely goes right into Isabella Kramer's kind of strike zone here, and they get her the ball a lot. 395 kills on the year. We're going to see a strong dose of her and probably a lot of different positions, not just on the outside. They'll probably bring her in, splitting that middle block and the outside block, as well as probably hitting opposite and some middle as well. So looking forward to seeing what she could do today as well.
Two schools that are no strangers to postseason success. A couple of very storied schools in every sport. You see Valley and Pleasant Valley playing in the last couple weeks of the season. We'll be right back with more volleyball. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, a fifth-generation farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, executive director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We're excited to have you join us for the Girls State Volleyball Tournament.
As title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we're proud to support this fantastic event. At the Iowa Farm Bureau, we believe that strong farms and strong schools go hand in hand. Iowa farmers are some of the most productive individuals in our state, working endlessly to grow and raise nutritious food and sustain our communities. Student athletes are also incredibly productive, dedicating countless hours to train and excel in their sports. Partnering with the Girls Union allows us to celebrate both groups while supporting and empowering the Iowa girl.
Reaching the state tournament is no small feat, and it takes a strong support system. Thanks to the Iowa Farm Bureau, we're able to honor students for their outstanding achievements, both on the court and in the classroom. They are committed to your success, helping provide awards, grants, and scholarships to honor excellence in athletics and academics.
As Iowans, we have much to be proud of. Whether you're a student competing today or a fan cheering on your school, we all play a role in making our state shine. So from the Iowa Farm Bureau
and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union,
congratulations on a fantastic season and best of luck in the tournament games.
Strong schools build strong communities. Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to support the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, investing in youth, investing in Iowa. Andy Pollock alongside Austin Oliver with this 3 versus 6 matchup. Pleasant Valley, the Spartans have rotated between 2 and 5 at any point during the given year. The Girls Union puts out rankings from the start of the year before any matches are played. Both these teams played in the Centennial Early Bird Tournament this year. They did not play at that tournament, but and they have not played against each other at all during the course of this year.
They have.
They did, actually.
Yeah,
okay.
December 13th, yep. It was a 2-0 win for Valley.
There we go.
Which would have been a
Miss
Saturday tournament as well. I mean, I know we can't put too much stock into those Saturday tournaments, but a loss nonetheless.
Yeah, Saturday tournaments, I mean, obviously your skills, it comes into play, but the conditioning when you're playing 4, 5, 6 matches, best of 3 on a Saturday, still a pretty good indicator of the skill. It's time now for our starting lineups. Hy-Vee is a proud sponsor of the IGHSAU. Hy-Vee, where there is a helpful smile in every aisle.
Fans, at this time, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and the Iowa Farm Bureau would like to recognize the outstanding sportsmanship and decorum shown by the qualifying schools during the season and state tournament week. In recognition of the importance of good sportsmanship, each state qualifying school was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Maylee Riley from Creston, a member of the Student Advisory Committee for the IGHSAU, will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school's scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From West Des Moines Valley, Angie Spann. And from Pleasant Valley, Lisa Boynton. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Unit promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments, or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to introduce the players and coaches in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for West Des Moines Valley, the visitor on the scoreboard. Number 5, Joy Ramos. Number 6, Jenna Fuller. Number 7, Ava Blackburn. Number 8, Ashley Clark. Number 12, Emery Harris. Number 18, Olivia Grubbs. The assistant coaches are Shannon Wieland, Jasmine Spann, Grace Henkel, Melanie Lane, Kendra Booyer, and Seth Balfock. Now let's meet your starters for the Tigers. A 5'9" senior, number 3, Brooklyn Brown. A 5'8" junior, number 4, Bryn Sibula. A 5'10" senior, number 9, Thea Reardon. A 5'7" senior, number 10, Kaylin Wieland. A 5'9" senior, number 11, Nia Fenn. A 5'10" sophomore, number 15, Ryan Connolly. And the libero for the Tigers, a 5'7" sophomore, number 1, Mila Rude. Head coach for West Des Moines Valley is Jeremy Meixel. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for Pleasant Valley. Number 3, Rachel Allen. Number 7, Chloe Aslin. Number 8, Rachel McCulley. Number 11, Eden Russman. Number 16, Amelia Morgart. Number 17, Lexi Stillwell. Number 22, Taylor Harris. Number 26, Grace Danielson. The assistant coaches are April Rao, Claire Murata, and Allie Meigel. Now let's meet the starters for the Spartans. A 6'1" junior, number 2, Claire Yagi. A 6' senior, number 4, Marin Willette. A 6' senior, number 9, Hanley Schmidt. A 6-foot junior, number 12, Liv Barudin. A 6'2" senior, number 4, Isabel Kramer. A 6' junior, number 23, Maisie Swears. And the libero for the Spartans, a 5'9" junior, number 20, Addie Alleman. Head coach for Pleasant Valley is Amber Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the court for the introduction of our officials as assigned by the IGHSAU. Your R1, Jay Grassley. Your R2, Samantha Stone. And your line judges, Jennifer Wick and Sean Peterson. All right, ladies and gentlemen, who's ready for state tournament volleyball?
Valley and Pleasant Valley getting set to go here in the first thing as we go through the starting lineups. Austin Oliver, the length of Pleasant Valley definitely going to be an issue for Valley here today.
I definitely think so. Is the scrappiness of Valley going to be enough to counteract that? I guess we're going to see really, really quickly how that's going to play out.
Well, and we'll see what the setting of Kaylin Whelan. She is so good about keeping the blocks off balance. And you look at what Pleasant Valley comes out there with 6 foot, 6'1", 6 foot, 6'2", 6 foot, 5'9". You know, there's a lot of length out there for the Spartans as they go. And it seems like every year Pleasant Valley, they've had a crazy run in the postseason of girls sports over the last couple of years. And we'll talk about some of those multi-sport athletes here today. Valley, as well as a couple multi-sporters on their side. We'll get a chance to talk about some of the successes of those players throughout the course of their careers. And Pleasant Valley subs in their libero here to get things started. And Valley as well, looks like they're waiting for Rude to check in, and now they will let Rude check in for Brooklyn Brown. And the Tigers going to start things off with a serve here this afternoon. It will be Kaylin Whelan. So Whelan will set from the back row, the first 3 rotations.
Yeah, Tigers are not new to this being an underdog in round 1. I know a couple years back they knocked out Ankeny Hawks as a 1 or 2 seed, so they get the first point.
Yeah, Yegi gets the kill to get things started off here for PV. Back to serve will be Marin Willette. And if PV is able to pass and run their offense through the middle, it's going to be a long afternoon for the Tigers. As Willette, long serve towards the end line. Big serve, and that is big attack, and that is wide there from Connolly. And you mentioned it, Valley takes a big swing at everything. As Willette back to serve once again. Go in the middle, Raridan off the tip, gets the kill there for Thea Raridan. And that's where about every set will go when she's in the front row.
Yep, 5'10" middle hitter.
Really hard to get a read on where Raridan's going to be hitting the ball.
Yeah, she actually is an outside hitter, but she hit that one out of the middle.
Connolly targets the back row with her serve. Attack there from Kramer. Big swing and rejected back. I couldn't tell if anybody got a hand on it or not. It may have been Yegi as she checks out. Into the game in the IMT insurance substitution is Liv Barudin, 6 foot junior. One 6-footer comes in for the other. Serve at Connolly. Ball knocked up, trickles over the net. Now Pleasant Valley on the attack. Kramer blocked back and out of bounds. A kill for the future Drake Bulldog, Isabel Kramer. The setter for Pleasant Valley is Maisie Swears.
710 assists on the year. It's a big, big number. Obviously running a 5'1", so she's not splitting those assists up at all, but
and she's 6 foot tall. What a great luxury to have a 6 foot tall setter playing in the front row. Provides a big block for Coach Amber Hall. Serve there from Alleman. The power tip goes wide, and right now Pleasant Valley out to a big lead at 6-1. That length causing issues right now as they're trying to place the ball. The Tigers are, as Alleman goes back to serve once again. Tough serve, Rude. Big swing by Sibua. Comes back over and another point for Pleasant Valley. It's 7-1 here in set number 1.
Coach Mikesell looking over his troops there as they down early in set number 1. Probably trying to decide when to call the first timeout here to get his team settled down.
Alleman barely trickles that one over the net. Free ball comes over for Pleasant Valley. Set on the right side, a little roll shot drops in there for Willette. And it is all Spartans, and Coach Mikesell wants a timeout. 8-1, Pleasant Valley in the lead in this 6-3 matchup in the quarterfinals of the Girls State Volleyball Tournament. Back with more after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Pleasant Valley off to a very fast start as you get a good look there at Alexis Stillwell. And serving again is Alleman. She's on a nice streak for the Spartans.
That's an 8-1 lead, but what's almost even scary about it is that they've used very little of Isabel Kramer so far. But if you're already leading by 7 and haven't even gone to your really the engine of your offense, it's a little bit scary.
And again, they go through the middle. Great effort in the back row by Connolly, kept alive, and again a point swiped over there on the far side by Yegi. Actually, that was Willette. Once again, we're calling the match from way up high. A couple of those ponytails covering up the back numbers. Is another IMT insurance substitution. A defensive specialist for the Tigers coming in is Jenna Fuller, the sophomore, 5'4". Rude, good pass up, a 3-pass through the middle, a little power tip, covered nicely in the back by Swears. Now they're going to set Kramer. Kramer poisons that one down the line. No block there for the Tigers.
Yeah, saw where the block was, had enough time. The set was set perfectly to give her an opportunity to pick which option she wanted to take it. She took it down the line that time.
Alleman still serving. Hall, nice pass there. They're going to go on the right side. Raritan. Joust at the net, and Valley going to get their first side out here, as winning it at the net was Nia Finn. Valley going to have to settle in a little bit here as Rude heads back to serve. Swears going to go on the right side, blocked down, and not kept alive. Big block there. I believe it was Brooklyn Brown that got the hands on it. So Rude back to serve at 10-3. And out of rotation was Pleasant Valley.
We're kind of looking at it, coach a little bit perplexed on trying to figure out what was going on there.
Talk us through that, Austin. What goes on in that situation?
Well, I mean, typically you're used to running your rotations exactly the way you run them all season. Now, they can't be overlapping. It gets pretty technical, and it's not going to be something that's really hard, very easy to explain on the broadcast. But you've been working it all the same way over the course of the season. And you have a down ref that's typically the one that's looking at those rotations. And if she sees something that's a little bit off from the way that you've been doing it, she'll make that call and you make the adjustment. But I think that's what happened right there. They talk it over and see where the problem lies, and you make the adjustment from there.
Rude sides herself out. Big swing for Swears. For Kramer off the set from Swears. Maisie Swears on the season, as you mentioned, over 700 assists as the 5'1" setter. She was an outside hitter for this club a year ago. Got injured, couldn't play at the state tournament, knew that she could help her team the best as a setter with all the height and all the hitters that they have. And what a great story here for Maisie Swears, playing today in the state quarterfinals, and has Pleasant Valley off to a huge start at 12-5.
Yeah, unfortunately, Valley let that lead get away from them right at the very beginning of the match. But since it's been like 0-7 or 1-7, I think was the score at one point, they've been playing side-out volleyball with the Spartans from then on out. So could be gaining some confidence on playing this, and as well as having that win over the Spartans earlier in the season, going to maybe give them some confidence.
Valley with a couple missed serves in a row,
which is just not going to be something they can do at a team like this. Just going to give them too many opportunities.
Kramer, great pass there for the Tigers. Brown tries to tip it over. It's kept alive by Swears. Big swing dug up in the back row by Rude. Brown pushes it to the back row, kept alive by Alleman. Now Valley starting to get some hands on those attacks. Little tip, nice spot there from Kaylin Whelan.
Well, this is exactly what they like to do. Just stay in the points, fighting, clawing, every tooth and nail being used, and then they pop one over the top of a block for the kill.
We've seen Valley for years, and the longer the point goes, the better the chance the Tigers have for success. They out-scrap people, and there's going to be another ace. Stepping in there with Cibula to get the ace. Cibula back to serve once again. That one was a rifle. We set over here, a little roll shot right on the line.
Nice shot.
Over on the far side for Willette.
Beautiful roll shot, had a hard angle, just able to put that right on the far court line.
Willette will be playing her college volleyball at Bradley. Tough serve. Little roll shot once again, trying to land it in the campfire, and a big attack in the middle, blocked back by Brown. Willette again cross court and sends that one up into the bleachers. Another kill for Pleasant Valley. And back to serve once again is Liv Baruden. Valley on the attack. Big swing by Whelan. Whelan does it all for the Tigers.
Yeah, perfect opposite swing there, using all that court, about the most real estate that's available out there on that opposite, going cross court, puts it right in that deep corner. No opportunity for anybody even to step up defensively at all.
Brown on the serve. Little slide roll and tooled off the top of the block on the far side by Yegi.
Yeah, Yegi, it's the first time we'd seen that that motion here in the match. Andy called the slide on that. That takes that middle out from the midpoint and runs them on a little circular route to the outside and goes one-on-one on that outside blocker.
Tough serve, picked up nicely in the back row by Cibula. Another little roll shot. Great job by Alleman coming in to keep it alive. Ooh, double going to be called there, yes, as that got sent over by Swears.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to highlight one of the rule changes for this year, is that the doubles, if the pass happens and stays on your own side, you can double the ball. So you'll see a lot of those maybe questionable sets by a non-setter, or even sometimes with the setter, not get called. But if that ball does go over the top of the net to the other side, it does have to be a clean set if it's used with those hands up there. So that was a good opportunity to be able to see how that is kind of working in the match.
Willette uses all of the court there, all 30 feet to go cross court, and she's back serving right now. Great pass off the serve. Connolly, big swing for the kill.
Conley coming back from a foot injury early in the season. She's just kind of getting her feet under her, literally here in the match. 85 kills. That'll be her 86th kill on the year, but sophomore outside hitter. Solid contributor since she's been back.
Serve, pass on the outside, and you see the extra tools brought to the party there by Isabel Kramer. Switches to the left hand a la Michael Jordan in midair. And Alleman will head back to serve for PV, who has been firmly in control from the start of this first set. Overpass, look out. Kept alive. Big swing, and it's tipped. Another kill there for Cibula.
Cibula, a nice little snap on the top of her swing there, is able to get that ball down. Wasn't a huge jump on that ball, but is able to like I said, get that wrist snap and able to get the kill.
Out of system ball, PV, Kramer. Nice dig back there, kept alive by Fuller. And the ball eventually is going to fall on the Valley side of the court, and it's 19-11.
I think she might have even stepped off the court there to play that ball, so I think the whistle blew a little bit earlier.
They give you to the carpet.
Yep.
Ooh, tough serve there at Brown. Free ball coming over from Raritan.
Good
Kept
spot.
alive by Alleman. Swiped at it. Free ball now for the Tigers on the attack. You go on the right side, and Raritan cuts that ball down the line.
But that's exactly what we're talking about, that this Tiger team does, is just odd sets, out of system, irregular approaches, and just all sorts of things. They just seem to have a knack to be able to get those balls onto the floor.
An absolute cut shot from Raritan. Undoubtedly learned it from her older brother Eli, who plays tight end for Notre Dame. Very athletic family over there in West Des Moines. Nice. Really a power tip there from Kramer. Didn't fall, no tip called, and the point's going to go to Pleasant Valley as the Tigers lobbied hard for it. Pleasant Valley brought a nice crowd over today. See Dowling and Ankeny on the other side with great student sections as well. Kramer back to serve. Great pass coming up there from Fuller. And tooled off the block is Sibula.
That was a tight set, but she just still went up really strong and just ripped that ball. Able to get that off and power through that block that was up there.
Sibula with her fourth kill of this first set. Valley, after getting down 10-1, has played right with PV, trying to get some momentum heading into some of these other sets. Another out-of-system ball, and great job picking up the tip by Alleman. Brown going to set it once again, and another one of those shots that you don't know where it's going as Wheeland, though, that time hits it into the net. Wheeland will play her college volleyball at Minnesota State.
Could be a Maverick, is that right?
I believe so.
I think so.
Brown elevates and tips that one over is what it amounted to. Back row attack and a whip there from Kramer. Back out to Connolly. Big swing and rejected down for Pleasant Valley. Getting the block there is Yegi. And a timeout. Take a quick break. It's 22-13. Pleasant Valley back after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Good look at our, get my bearings straight here. We are looking at the South Court here on the screen here at Mediacom Extreme Arena in Coralville. What are we up to, about the fourth year right now that we've had the state volleyball tournament here? Great venue.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Allows the student section to be right there on the court to make a big contribution to the flow of the game.
Valley on the attack, little back row tip there, and Sibula had to reach back behind her and mount what amounted to basically a throw over the net. Couldn't get it to fall, and Pleasant Valley back serving again. This time it's Liv Baruden. And an ace serve.
Spartans well in control of game number one here.
I haven't said Hanley Schmidt's name very much right now for Pleasant Valley. She's a future volleyball player as Willette gets another block. Hanley Schmidt will be going to Central Connecticut State. And with that, Pleasant Valley gets first set win, 25-13. We'll take a break and be back with more Best of Five here on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/wecare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Coming back out here as we await the teams to come out on the floor for the second set. Pleasant Valley victorious there in set number one, 25-13. Andy Pollock alongside Austin Oliver on the IGHSAU digital network. In Austin, really from the start, that was all Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, and I think they got to feel pretty good. Their kill numbers are kind of all over the board right now. You do have Kramer with 5, but both Yegi and Willett contributing 2 and 3 as well. So I think that's exactly, if you're a PV coach, exactly where you would want it. I think flip side wise, if you're coaching Valley, I would take kind of that central part of that game number 1, where they kind of played a little bit of back and forth volleyball and had things kind of going in the right direction, and you focus on that spunky defense and offense that they're used to playing kind of showed up the most in that little section. You kind of key in on that part, and Valley's definitely taking their time on getting back out here onto the court for sure.
Yeah, there's only 10 seconds left on that clock right now. You are watching the 2025 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, a sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. We're moments away from the start of our second set as Valley now comes quickly out of the tunnel, out of the hockey entrance here at Mediacom Extreme Arena. And as the Tigers are led out by Nia Finn, who wants to get started with this set number 2. Valley, we have seen the Tigers bounce back. We've seen them look kind of like that set number 1, and then we've seen them be able to compete with some of the best in the state all season long and with a 3-minute shift.
Yeah, exactly. I want to say it was either Ankeny or Ankeny Centennial that we saw exactly that very
Centennial,
thing happen.
who's heading on to the semifinals as a 2 seed, went to 5.
Yeah. And was a competitive 5 too. It wasn't like got to that 5th game and they ran away with it, but I hope to see if we're going to have more of the same, or if Valley can change things up a little bit. It's just going to be really hard with
that length is so disruptive,
and those hitters on that PV side. They're it's a strong group, and like I said, they haven't even really fed the ball to Kramer yet that much. So it'll be interesting to see how the second set goes.
Kramer did have 5 kills in set number 1, but they came quietly.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I would have thought there was maybe 3 or 4, but I mean, I guess that's not that far off from 5. But
Raridan gets over top of the block, and then it's rejected back. The Tigers get the first point here on a block by Nia Finn. Solo block. As Connolly will head back to serve, an aggressive server is Connolly. And in the net was PV.
Well, the Tigers have something positive to build on at this point.
Connolly back to serve once again. Floats that one back at Allman. Quick set from Swears. Can't get it down. Little tip coming over. Covered back there by Willette. Hanging in the air for a long time is Yegi. And Sibula can't get it down. Allman digs it up. Big swing and into the net for PV. Willette can't get it down. It's all Valley now to start set 2.
Yeah, if Coach Mike Sell could have written up the start of set number 2, this is exactly what he would have asked for.
Connolly keeping those serves in right now. Here's a chance to run it through the middle. It's rejected back once again. That time it was Finn that got a hand on it. That ball's hit wide.
And the blocking may be getting a little bit into the head of the Spartans. They've hit it to a block about almost every play that they've gotten over. They tried to go around the block and were a little bit too aggressive on it that time.
And the serve goes into the net for Connolly. She was having success trying to work that back line and tried to go short with it.
It was interesting that they were kind of going after the libero in that situation. She got all those serve receives. Wasn't passing them bad, but when you go cross court like that, it kind of gives a weird angle for that offense to get started.
And Willette gets the ace. A lot of balls being blocked back by Nia Finn for Valley. Has to be one of the shortest middles here in the 5A state tournament, 5'9". Looks like they're going to try to set her here. No, they don't. Raritan comes swiping through. And you mentioned the unconventional approach. Tough to get a read on where Raritan's going to hit it. She gets a kill there.
Yeah, Raritan typically hitting those on the outside, but looks like she's playing opposite today for at least this rotation that they're in right now, but definitely was swinging out of the middle on that one. Just a basic 2, but was able to put it away.
Big swing. Kramer dug up, though, in the back row by Rude. Valley will send a free ball over. Swear's going to set on the outside. Kramer once again, and you can't deny Isabel Kramer twice.
Yeah, you give it to her twice in a row out there on the outside, and she put that one down with authority. I was even in front of the line of defense for the Tigers that was out there.
Alleman, the libero, will serve. Wearing the pink jersey, gets the overpass, and it is just wide. I think Brooklyn Brown thought that ball was in, looked to celebrate a little bit there.
It was very close. It hit the ground, and everybody's heads immediately whipped around to the line judge. She called it out.
Whelan goes to Brown, big swing, and Brown hits it twice. I think the block was applied there by Baruden. Alleman back to serve once again. Tough serve. Nice job by Connolly. Raritan goes cross court with it. Can't get the push down. Going to go back to Kramer, and
what a touch there by the setter, Whelan.
Nice set there by Swears, and it was dug up and over the net and out of bounds. But man, Swears put that ball exactly where it needed to be, and it was not a good pass to her.
Yeah, and got a one-on-one, almost a one-on-none on the outside, and kind of left Whelan hanging to dry down the line. Dug the first one, was not able to get the second one up.
Alleman continues her serve streak. Sibula can't keep it alive. Set on the right side and blocked down there by Brown. Go back a couple points ago, and I'm not sure exactly how the rule reads, but it looked like Alleman, there might have been some complaints coming from the Valley sideline because Alleman, the libero, had a two-handed overhead set and was very, very close to being in front of that 10-foot line on that point for PV. Tough serve and an ace in the back row.
Tigers go back into the lead, 7-6.
That is Olivia Grubbs. Grubbs will be setting from the back row now. That'll give him a chance to let Whelan do some hitting. Grubbs the lefty. Pass there from Kramer. They go right back to her. She hangs in the air and able to elevate and just get enough of that ball to knock it over the net.
But the back line was preparing for a strong swing, and she took some mustard off of it, and the defensive line for the Valley Tigers just couldn't react to it quickly enough.
Ooh, tough pass, but Not able to knock it down there is Baruden, and then a big swing through the block for Sibula. Tigers in the lead here as Sibula heads back to serve again. You know, an undersized outside. You look at this whole Valley lineup, there's no one listed at over 6 foot tall. But they sure do play scrappy. Dump doesn't work there for Swears, and they go to Brown. Brown gets the kill.
Swinging hard once again, like we said in the opening. They just, the sets above the net, they're going to swing hard. Lots of times those get an opportunity to fight through that block, go down underneath the block.
Sibula targets Alleman on the serve. Good pass out here to Kramer. Kramer, the little roll shot, the hanging roll. And that could be a welcome sight for the Tigers right now as Kramer heads to the back row, but they'll find her back there as well. She's got 9 kills so far today. Tough serve. Sibula keeps it alive. They're going to go to Wheeland. She tries to use all of the court, targets the corner, pushed over by Willette. Brown, the little tip, as everybody out of system, and the ball comes back over. Now Valley on the attack in system, and kept alive the diving attempt back there by Russman. Now Valley on the attack. Couldn't quite connect there with Wheeland. Wallette can't go down the line. Valley's taken their biggest lead so far of the day at 10-8.
Yeah, that block was well set up there. Had to make an adjustment for the hitter, and just tries to get a little bit too much on that angle and sends it into her own net.
Eden Russman in the game right now for Pleasant Valley, and she is one of those. That ball is wide, actually, as they try to hit it over, and shocked look on the PV side. I didn't quite see where it landed, but it
must have gone just a little bit, here, just a little bit out our direction. But that was like she elevated and power tipped it over from being in the front row, and then Valley Tigers send that long with a service error.
Yeah, Brown's serve is way long. You know, brought up Russman earlier. Very rarely do we get to talk about the volleyball / softball multi-sport athlete, but Russman, part of that outfielder for that powerhouse Pleasant Valley softball team. Looked her up before. I was curious because I remembered her name from calling softball in the summer. She hits 452
wow.
as an outfielder. So played in every game and a big kill from Connolly on the outside. As Wheeland will head back to serve. As that ball goes wide.
Yeah, trying to run the slide on the outside, but the pass came out, brought the setter a little bit off the net, had to adjust the route of that middle hitter as she ran out onto the slide. Just wasn't able to get enough on top of that ball to be able to get it down.
Tough serving by Valley. Wallette, roll shot, can't get it to fall, and it's all Tigers now in set number 2. We talked about how they can get really good and really hot at the right time. 14-9, Valley in the lead here in set 2. Back with more here on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
As Valley trying to keep the momentum right now as they have taken control in set number 2 at 14-9.
Yeah, Valley's just played scrappy. I mean, you can't say that you've seen them put down a ton of balls, right? But they're keeping the ball on play. They're letting PV make some errors, right? Some hitting errors, but they're just a good team of keeping it in play.
Wheeland, who will be setting from the back row right now on the serve. Good pass to Swears. Quick set there to the middle as Yegi can't quite get it down. Little slide there and straight down. Like you mentioned, that slide draws those blockers away, and Yegi runs it as well as anybody in the state.
Yeah, that slide that time, they ran it perfectly. The pass was on point, and they were able to have her take that circular motion out to the outside and becoming and attacking at the net, and that's what really makes that slide work. Put it away, split the defenders. Nice job.
Tough serve by Swears, but Connolly takes a big swing, and it's blocked back down once again. Believe that was Yegi who got a hand on it.
Yeah, I'd like to see that set get a little bit more to the outside. It was kind of a little bit tight into the court there, but it allowed both of the blockers to get there fairly easily.
Raritan, big swing, dug up in the back row by Kramer. Willett gets the kill off the tip.
And here come the Spartans.
Coach Shannon Wieland is up immediately. There was something she saw on the Valley side that she didn't like. Wieland and Isabel Kramer's mom played volleyball together at UNI back in the day. I've yet to see a joust at the net between Kramer and Wieland, but their moms, those two have been friends for a long time. The daughters have been friends for a long time. Out here battling on the court here this afternoon in the state quarterfinals as Connolly will head back to serve for Valley off the side out. It's 15-12 Tigers. Through the middle, tips off the top of the net, and the point will go to Pleasant Valley. Believe that was Yegi who got the kill. And Willett will head back to serve. Floats that one at Connolly. Sibula, big swing and blocked back. Teaming up there is Yegi and Willett.
Yeah, the block has reared its head here for the Spartans and has changed some things up. Getting a hand on all these balls that the Valley Tigers are trying to put over the net.
Talk about a match that's Jekyll and Hyde over to our left. Ankeny and Dowling. None of the sets have been close, and they're about to go to 2-1, it looks like, in favor of Dowling. Big swing there from Kramer as she elevates when the ball comes over, and back into it now is Pleasant Valley at 15-all.
Yeah, set one over there for Dowling was a runaway. Set two is a runaway for Ankeny, and set three is a runaway for Dowling. So you're exactly right on your description.
Sibula, kind of that, we've seen it at the college level right now. The body's turning a lot more from the outside hitters, and they square up more to the court. And that time she took it and pulled it right down the line.
Yep. That open stance gives you a little bit more options on where you could take the ball. Plus, it kind of disguises where you're going to be taking it to begin with.
Kind of get the same thing there from Kramer. Ball kept alive by Alleman. Back out to Kramer once again, and she goes off the block for the kill. Isabel Kramer again into double digits now in kills.
Yeah, it's just too big of a weapon. Even when you're out of system, you're able to just throw that ball outside to Kramer, and she's able to put a ball down like that when it is out of system is just a very powerful weapon to have as a volleyball team.
Sibula puts it down the line. Sibula, another one of those multi-sport softball / volleyball athletes, and shows her arm there. Tigers back in the lead, trying to even this up at one set apiece, and the lefty Grubbs is back to serve.
It's crazy for as lopsided as it's felt over the last few minutes. They're still up by one.
Kramer again, good timing on that. No block there. Kramer able to get up over top of everybody. And we're tied back up at 17.
Yeah, Sibula's back there just beating on herself there. Actually got an opportunity to have one kind of roll over and had an opportunity to pop it up and just mistimed it.
Little tip there from Wieland, and she gets the kill. Valley's passing in this second set has been light years ahead of where it was in the first set. They are able to get a lot more balls in system.
And even with bad sets, the setters have been good enough that they've been able to erase those mistakes and still get a good ball up there for them to be able to swing at.
Sibula, tough serve, picked up in the back. They're going to run it through the middle, and covering it is the joust at the net. Brown gets it. Yeah, Brown. Yeah. Almost like she tooled the block in the middle.
I thought she did, so I think even if it would have gone out, it would have been off that other player because she kind of like flicked it, and I thought it flicked right off of the block for the Spartans. But it went in no matter what anyway, so it wasn't even a choice to have to get there. Kramer blocked.
Valley's aggressive serving right now has kept PV from getting too much in rhythm on offense. Again, Brown goes with a power tip and hits it long. No tip.
Yeah, they were trying to get a touch there, but just a little bit too strong on that one. She was quick to push that power tip out there. Thought she got the touch, but no dice.
Almost looked like she was trying to tool the block once again.
Absolutely,
and that time going off the high hands, just hit it too hard. Grubb's going to go to Brown again, and she puts it down in the corner. Brooklyn Brown is seeing the court very well right now for the Tigers. 2-point lead in this match to 25.
Yeah, I was a little concerned when I saw her during warm-ups with that wrap around her right thigh there, but it doesn't seem to be bothering her at all. Seems to be playing without any limitations.
Ooh, miscommunication. A couple of hitters run into each other there between Kramer and Baruden. And Pleasant Valley needs a timeout right now. 21-18, Tigers trying to get back into this one, tie us up at one apiece. We'll be back with more after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Valley Tigers behind Brooklyn Brown serving right now, and a great second set for the Tigers, trying to bounce back after really getting handled easily by Pleasant Valley in set number one. And sometimes, Austin, that can happen.
Yeah.
You see a team get a big win in set number one, they let their guard down, and a couple things have happened. I think that may be a little bit of PV's problem right now, and Valley playing much better as Brown. The ball was not ready to go in. That serve was going long, and then Alleman reached up to grab it anyway.
I think Alleman,
we've seen it happen a bunch today between these first two games.
Well, it is just a product of the environment. You got multiple games going on, the crowd's yelling.
You got whistles coming from the other court as well. As a big kill there from Willett. Yeah, the other thing is they've been very sure about making sure all the time is off that clock for that 1 minute timeout before they bring it back in. Connolly has been really good in this second set as PV has tried to target her a bunch. Ball pops over, and that's going to be 4 hits on Valley. No, it's not.
It reset. There was a touch there.
There was a touch, reset. Okay. Tip, controlled, up and down, and in the net is Valley.
They almost had a big block there, but the middle hitter, I think it was number 2, Yegi, just takes it and tools it off that block. There may have been a touch on the net there as well.
Baruden back to serve. Floats that one over. Grubb going to push it to Connolly, goes with a tip, and a little pancake there coming from Swears. Wheeland on the attack, rejected, brought back. Connolly the down ball and finds the sideline.
Flat-footed, didn't even jump on that one and just angled it right over the top of the net. That hit about the 2 foot line on the other court, cross court. Beautiful shot.
Just sliced it right down the net line as Wheeland back to serve once again. Valley has really pushed PV back deep on their serves, and that time Raritan on the overpass puts it down, and Valley trying to close this one out and tie us up at 1 apiece. Look out, Austin.
I know. Very surprising second set here.
Wheeland floats that one over. Tough serve. Going to go back row. Why wouldn't she go to Kramer? But everybody's keyed in. A triple block there for Valley. Then Wallette can't get it down. Connolly, big swing again. And Valley's big swings are paying dividends right now.
And really no approach there for Connolly. Connolly had taken 1 step back, had jumped high, and just really had done a nice job fundamentally to get that ball over. Short set serve here.
The dump, can't find the corner as Connolly reads it. Now they're going to go back row attack, and Sibula deep to center field. Bryn Sibula almost put it over the fence.
Yeah.
She's done that before.
Probably trying to go high hands on that one, but just wasn't able to get a touch on that ball.
We haven't seen the Tigers go for back row sets very much as Swears, tough serve, Tight pass, kept alive. Big swing, and out of bounds. Valley gonna take set 2.
Dude, Whelan, the set on that was a tight set, almost over the net. She one-handed out to Conley. Conley tooled it off the block. Game point to the Valley Tigers. Wow.
What a turnaround from set 1 to set 2. They're going to set 4 over on the other court as Dowling has taken a 2-1 lead, and none of the games have been close over on that one as well. But we'll take a moment to regather our thoughts. We're going to play at least 4 today. It's a best of 5 here on the IGHSAU Digital Network, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Ladies, the bake sale's about to start. Are you ready?
We've got this.
Okay.
Oh, guys, he's here.
Quick start delivery for Janet.
Bring it here.
Let's get this bake sale going. Yeah. Come on. Best bake sale ever.
Oh, yeah. Let's begin.
SWIC is a community. Southwestern Community College is a place in rural southwest Iowa where students from across the world come to be a part of a tight-knit family, Spartan Nation, where they study, train, grow, thrive, and are called by name, not by number. At SWIC, we are one.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
You are looking at the beginning of set number 3 between the 6 seed West Des Moines Valley and the 3 seed Pleasant Valley. The battle of the Tigers and the Spartans. We're tied up at 1. Austin, we mentioned we've seen Valley play a couple times this year, and that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, it's just they keep the ball in play. They get unconventional. You know, and then they when the ball gets up there and they're able to swing, they swing hard at almost every ball. Very, very rarely do we see them take a roll shot over. So it's just a little bit unconventional, and it's hard for some teams to play against, and that's the result of game number 2.
Brooklyn Brown and Thea Raridan have been very, very disruptive now on the Tiger side of things. In the first set, it was all Pleasant Valley being very disruptive. Valley got very few clean hits.
Yeah, Sibula with 6 kills on the Valley side. Conley with 5 kills for the Tigers as well. Jump over to the Spartans. Kramer's definitely starting to lengthen things up. 12 kills for her, and then Yegi and Willette both with 5 kills as a match there. 21 assists for Swears on the Spartan side as well.
Yeah, Maisie Swears, we mentioned her first year playing setter, a transition she made a year ago when she saw the makeup of this team, and she was playing as a freshman. She was playing outside hitter for Pleasant Valley. Like, she was that good.
It's crazy.
But able to come in, and obviously has some very good hitters that she can get the ball to as well. But you got to get it where they can put it down, and Pleasant Valley is as good as anybody in the state at terminating those balls. And Valley will take the serve here to start set number 3.
Yeah, and if I was Coach Hall here, I'd be talking to my girls. I'd be like, hey, we still had a good, match set number 2. We just need to focus on the things that we do well and start to minimize those mistakes as they go right to Kramer at the start of game number 3 here and get an early kill. But that's exactly what I would be doing, is going to that breadwinner, the hot hand with Kramer.
Kramer from about 15 feet away. Oh, what a set there from Whelan. The pass wasn't the right perfect. Decision. Yeah, the pass wasn't perfect, but it doesn't have to be when Kaylin Whelan is your setter.
And Conley made the perfect decision and just popped that right over the top of the block.
And that's going to be a back row attack there as the ball was tight to the net. Swears tried to go over and keep it on her side, and once it touches the hands of Sibio over there, that is a back row attack because Swears setting from the back row.
Yeah, so the technique that they're looking at for those situations is as soon as they see that set's going to be tight and that ball can break that plane, the opposing block will go over and just touch that, and it's automatically called a back row attack no matter how the play spans out. So
Valley off to a fast start here again in set number 3. It's Connolly serving, and there's going to be an IMT insurance substitution as Willette will come in for Stillwell. Connolly using all the court. I'm going to have to use a little Pythagorean theorem here at some point to figure out how far she's serving that ball. She is coming from this right corner all the way to the opposite right corner.
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said.
60 times 2, 60 squared plus 30 squared is going to get that.
You lost me at
Pythagorean.
Pythagorean.
A squared plus B squared. It's all math, right? Angles and math. Sibula, speaking of angles, can't get it down. Willette gets a dig in the back row. Kramer tries to push it down the line. The set pushed her a little bit too wide. She can't get it down, and it's 4-2 Tigers.
Yeah, I thought that got over onto the side of the Tigers, but none of them even reacted at all. So then I realized that it stayed on the Spartan side.
Rude to serve. Tough pass. Back row attack. Barely comes over the net. An overpass. Tried to keep it alive and might have wanted to rethink that one and keep it on their side because it comes back over and Raritan gets another kill.
But that's exactly what the Tigers do. It's crazy. They just stay enough in those points, and then they get an opportunity on a weird little set, and they just rip it and get the point.
Float serve comes over at Alleman. Big swing,
Kramer
Swears, that's Kramer blocked once again, and I'm not sure they were in the net. No, a carry.
A carry called, yeah.
Man, on the other court now, Ankeny has taken firm control over Dowling in set 4.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
What a sport. All about getting hot in the right rotation. Float serve. Going to go to Kramer once again. Straight down, Kramer. If you don't get a block up there, she is lethal. Connolly tight set at the net and swiped back over. Point there as I believe it went off the hands of Kramer. Looking at the overpass. And now Pleasant Valley starting to get back into this one.
Yeah, it's a similar call to what was called on Pleasant Valley just the time before. I think even if they would have got that one over, would have been a back row attack as Conley tries to pop that one over and sends it out of bounds after a little ping pong play there from the serve receive to the setting.
Schmidt serving. Ball hit through the block for Raritan.
Yeah, Whelan with just a great set, popping that out to the outside.
So I see where Schmidt has been in. That 4 and that 9 look exactly alike from up here. So I probably misidentified Willette earlier, but they do not look at all alike, but I am now realizing that as I look at number 9 and number 4.
I think it might be a change actually, Andy. I looked for her a couple different times in the match earlier, and I did not see her.
Yeah, she just came off. She had been serving, so. Ball going to go to Kramer. A little running start at it, kind of a slide to the back row. Brown, just a little bit too long. She wanted the touch. She's not going to get it.
See, I see number 9. Okay, there's 4 right there. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you are right then.
Yep.
Yeah, 9 did take.
Those square numbers, though, the 4 and the 9 look a lot alike.
Well, on the back, they look even different on the back. So that's what's weird.
That serve is long. Valley back up to the 8-6 lead. Big swing, and it's long. No touch called. Willette wanted it, couldn't get it.
Yeah, Swears with just a beautiful movement on that one to get that ball out there. wasn't able to get the hitter to put that one down, but the set was beautiful.
And another point for the Tigers. 10-6. Cibula has strung a couple together here. That one's going to go long. Got to be very careful back there as Russman, took kind of a weird swing at that to show that it was out of bounds. It was very close to tipping the ball. Tough serve. In the middle, Brown had to kind of sidearm it, couldn't get it over.
Well, it's a tough set to hit. You know, when that setter gets pulled off the net and then you're going to try to set that two still to that middle hitter, it's just a hard angle. It's a hard place for that setter to be able, for the hitter to be able to see that set even coming in.
Baruden on the serve once again. That time Connolly tools the block. Valley back up by 3.
Yeah, Connolly up to 7 kills in the match.
Connolly just a sophomore.
She's kind of caught fire there in game number 2. Had some good opportunities and put the ball away.
Tough serve once again. Going to go on the slide. And having to tip it over was Yegi. Back through the middle. Quick swing down. Connolly gets a hand on it. Alleman keeps it alive. Another slide. They love that. Off the top of the hands and a kill for Yegi.
Yeah, that was a nice little movement there. They didn't decide to run that slide till the very, very last second. She just took 2 steps. Once again, that, like I said, that circular motion to the outside and was able to snap down on it. Very effective play, went off the top of the block.
Now Swears serving. Back in the day, that would have been a 2-hitter right there. Ball kept alive and comes over. Great effort by the Spartans. Setting to the outside. Connolly off the hands. Oh, not off the hands. Okay.
It's out of bounds, but caught the top of the net. Definitely looked like it was a touch of some kind, but off the top of the net.
No argument there from the Valley side.
Nope,
It definitely was redirected, but as you said, it must have been the net. And now Pleasant Valley getting back into this at 10-11. PV on the attack from the free ball. Reaching way back and can't quite get it down was Yegi. Now Connolly goes cross court, and that goes wide, and we're tied up at 11.
Now Spartans just playing a little bit more mistake-free volleyball right now. Has got them back into the match.
Swears back to serve. She continues her streak. Off the top of the net. Right side, a little tip there, and kept alive Alleman, but not quite enough height on it. And Valley back out to the 12-11 lead.
Whelan did a nice job of rearing back, and then at the last second just pulled that arm back in and tipped it right around the block. Great play by her.
She'll serve. Drops that one off the table. Good passing right in the middle. Big swing there by Yegi. Gets over top of the net, and they get the point. And now Willette will head back to serve. 12-12. They're trying to get that ball to Connolly, and Connolly takes a big swing at it once again, and that goes over the PV bench. Wow. Ryan Connolly.
Just almost looks a little bit effortless, you know, like she just makes it look very, very easy on the outside.
Connolly on the season just averages just over 1 kill per set. She's got 8 as we're in set 3 here. She gets that dig. Way to the outside, Cibula. Sidearms that one over the net. PV on the attack. Kramer gets the kill. And Alleman will go back to serve. 13 all. Cibula, a nice pass. Going to go to the right side. It's dug up in the back row by Willette. Kramer elevates from a standing position. Ball gets over. Free ball somehow kept alive there by Rude. And then rejected back and out of bounds. And that is your Tiger point. Yep. That's what they do.
Yep.
It's not pretty volleyball, and somehow it works. This is why Valley is always a deadly team to play in the postseason. as Rude is back to serve once again. And out of system, out of rotation once again is Pleasant Valley. How does that work? Once the ball's up, they have to be in a certain spot? Is that what they're looking at there?
Yeah. Can't really release until the ball's hit, so that's when the movement can happen. If you move anytime early and create an overlap is when that out of rotation will get called.
So Rude trying to put together a little service streak now of her own. Goes at Kramer. They'll probably go right back to Kramer. They do, and dug up. Kept alive in the front by Brown. Back to Kramer. Elevates, and she's rejected back, and it's a block by Brown. They are keyed in on Isabel Kramer. Even though she's got 16 kills today, they are starting to become a lot more disruptive on the Tiger side at 16-13 Valley.
Well, at the very least, they're getting touches on a lot of those hits. And those touches are exactly what the Tigers need to be able to keep those balls in play. Great shot there on the outside.
Swing by Willett.
Swing.
Actually, that's Schmidt. There we go. Once again, that 9 and the 4 look a lot alike from up here.
Yeah, on the front of the I figured out the front of the jerseys are really hard to read for the 4 and the 9, but the back is much easier to read.
Right side, Raritan into the net. And it's 16-15 Valley.
PV on a little mini run of their own here.
And a timeout.
Yep.
16-15 Valley in the lead here in set number 3. Back with more in this game 3 to 25 after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
All right, for the first time this match coming out of a timeout, will we have to have something reserved or not? We'll see how that works out. You got to wait till all that time ticks off the clock. There, we're at 0 right now.
There you go, there you go.
Schmidt back to serve. Future outside for Central Connecticut State. Tough serve over, goes at Sibula. Right side, Raritan cuts it across. Somehow the ball comes back over Swears with a great dig. And miscommunication on the Valley side. And actually, that was kept alive by Willett. Not Swears. She was in that back right position.
Just a little one-hand stab out there. Was able to keep it right up. Went right back over to the Valley side.
Tough serve. Out to Kramer, straight down, man. Kramer gets on top of that ball, and there's nothing you can do on the other side. Just like that, Spartans back up on top, 17-16. Schmidt still serving. Little beach dig there as they're going to go to Sibula, and she puts it down. Uses all the court.
I think there's even a touch called on that one, so either way it was going to be a kill no matter what. Or a side out no matter what, rather.
And now it will be Olivia Grubbs back to serve. Tough serve, and that's going to send Willett way back off the court to get at Kramer, though, the roll shot. Can he go to Brown? Brown, whoa, Brooklyn Brown. Right on the end line.
Yeah, and this is the opportunity that the Valley Tigers need right here is to get this rotation. They got Kramer in the front rotation, one more half a rotation here, and then she'll be in the back row. This is where they need to make their run if they're going to try it.
They go right to Kramer again. She's blocked back. Swears keeps it alive. They're going to go to Kramer again. Roll shot into the net. You know that's where they're heading with the ball. Isabel Kramer, 6'2" senior, over 400 kills on the season. Incredible numbers. As Grubbs back to serve again, floats that one into the top of the net. Coach Meichel about fell over as he watched that one go, saw his reaction. And now PV with Kramer heading to the back row. They'll find her in the back row as well to attack. Tough serve, goes back over and rejected right back down the block for Baruden.
Yeah, it's not like Kramer's a bad server. She's the second in the team with aces. Just got another one there. 37 aces on the year.
Back to serve again. Tough serve at Connolly. Tight pass and going to be passed over deep. See where they go with a set. Blocked down over on the side by Sibula. Sibula back to serve.
Just a one-on-one block out there and just made the correct choice on where to set that block up. Put that ball right back into the Spartan court.
Tight pass, dump comes over. Sibula there for it. Now in the middle, Brown tries to go with a power tip and goes quite long. And the touch is called.
There was a touch called. Very similar to a play in game number one, maybe late in game number one or early game number two, where she took it really long. That time, the first time she missed the touch, and the second time she gets it.
So the Tigers up by 2. Keep in mind, Pleasant Valley won set number 1 by 12 today. Big swing right through the block. Kill there for Kramer from the back row. We said they will find her wherever she's at.
Yep. They needed that side out right there to get them back within 1.
Baruden back to serve. Floats that. A little miss hit there, and wow, Wieland. If you're a basketball fan, it looks like it's about to be a travel.
Yeah.
But Wieland knocks that ball just over, and it's impossible to block because that ball, you hang in the air forever.
Yeah, and Claire Yagi just got stuck flat-footed after she got up there on the block. It just didn't know what to do and just ended up tapping it into the net.
And that ball is in as Swears, the advantage of having a setter in the front row, she can turn off that tight pass and power tip it to the corner. 22-21 as Maisie Swears heads back to serve. The 6-foot setter is a weapon for Coach Amber Hall. And that serve is long. Whoa. Heading to game 5 over on the other court. None of those games have been close, and we're heading to game 5 between Ankeny and Dowling.
2-2, tied up 2-2.
Every set has been 25-17. Here is Wieland. The serve is going to send Swears to the back row to set. Somehow pushes it forward. Ball was pretty much grabbed and tossed over. Raritan goes wide, no touch, and the point goes to Pleasant Valley. Valley definitely on the attack here in these last 2 sets after they were caught on their heels for a bunch of that set number 1. Wallette, good serve, going to go Connolly, goes off the antenna. And just like that, we're tied up at 23. Hold on. And Coach Mikesel wants to talk things over right now. Pleasant Valley on a run, tied up at 23. Got to get to 25 and win by 2. We'll be back with a finish after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Austin Oliver, what looked like it could be a quick match today in set number 1 with Pleasant Valley winning 25-13, has gone completely the other way. And we are tied at 23 right now, tied up at 1 apiece.
The Tigers have kind of been taking it to the Spartans here in game number 3 as well, but they've fought back. It got to 23-23. Good serving here from the server right now. That's Wallette. Yep.
Goes at Connolly. That's going to send Whelan to the back row. Raritan goes off the top of the block, dug up by Kramer. Now back to Kramer, decides to tip it over, but Connolly's there to cover. Back row attack. Sibula hangs in the air, tries to drop it in the campfire, and then a big swing down for Kramer. Can't get it to fall. Now Raritan blocked back. Can you go back to Raritan? The little tip, and is rejected down by Isabel Kramer.
Kramer just hung in the air and just pushed that one right back down in her face.
The set was so tight, Raritan couldn't do anything else with it. And now Pleasant Valley trying to complete the comeback in set number 3. Willette serve. Tough one. Can he go on the outside? Raritan rejected and down, and Pleasant Valley with a big comeback and takes set number 3, 25-23. They now lead 2-1. We'll be back with set number 4 after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network. It's crazy.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
It's Frank. Frank, Mr. Frank. And just what you did now, I think you're the best ever.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be part of store meant for me. The feeling of family, you have to agree.
Wow, thanks, Fairway Frank.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Set number 4. Austin, we have been back and forth since that first set. It's been crazy. 25-13, PV ran away with set 1. Valley comes back with a fast start in set 2. And then the PV gets a little bit of a comeback in the third set to win 25-23. And we head to set 4 right now with a trip to Wednesday's state semifinals on the line and a date with Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah, set 2 and 3 were very, very similar in the setup of how the kind of the game and the scores kind of set up. But set number 2, Valley was able to outlast them and get second set with that lead. And in set number 3, PV was able to draw back in, get it tied up, and able to take the last 2 points for the match at 23-23.
We've been enjoying the 5th set of the Dowling-Ankeny game going on over to our left. They're tied at 2. You can easily see that game online as well on our other channel that's rolling right now on the IGHSAU Digital Network. You can probably even have split screens up if you want, or multiple devices going. And we're a little distracted by that one right now in set 5 as Dowling gets an ace to take the 3-2 lead in that one. Valley wastes no time on the bench. They are out here right as the time ticks down. And how important is a fast start for Valley going to be right now if they want to push this to game 5?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the utmost importance for them to get started really strongly. They've done that the last 2 sets. But we're going to see what's going to be happening. I think there's got to be some kind of negative thoughts that get into your head there after being ahead in game number 3 and then ending up losing it there at the end.
Pleasant Valley, so many weapons. They're starting to flex a little bit more now. Kramer, obviously, the big name, but Yegi with 7 kills. Now Willette with 5. Schmidt with 3. And starting off with Swears, overpass right away, and Pleasant Valley gets the first point here of set number 4. Swears will head back to serve once again. Tough serve there at Rude. Big swing. Raritan's rejected in the middle by Yegi. And here's the fast start that Pleasant Valley wanted.
Yep.
Swears back to serve once again. Remember, they got out to a 10-1 lead in the first set today. Tough pass. They try to drop it. They can't fire, but Swears is right there. Can go to Willett. The Bradley Brave commit. Slams it down, and it's 3-0. Pleasant Valley here in set 4. Big swing, Connolly blocked back, and another point for PV. Fast start for the Spartans.
Yeah, the block has become a weapon here for the Spartans in game number 4. That's I think the second block for point.
Oh, into the net, kills the rally there for Swears.
This is a set that the Tigers have had some success at scoring some points. Conley back to serve.
Connolly's had a really nice day for the Tigers. In the middle they go. Big swing, blocked down, but kept alive. Scrambling to get it over. These are the points that Valley wins a lot of. They go to Raritan. She does. Puts it down.
Yeah, Whelan just made the right choice here. Very easily could have sent that one to the outside, but sent it to the opposite, and no block up there for, I think that was, who was that, Reardon on the opposite for the swing for the kill.
Swears going to go in the middle, and tooled off the block there is Yegi.
Yegi with a nice job tooling it off the side of the block.
5-2 PV in the lead. Willett back to serve. 3 pass right there in the middle. And off the block there, and a point for the Tigers.
Yeah, I was a little concerned that might have just been going off the top of the block or if the top of the net. I wasn't sure which one, but went off the top of the block and went out of bounds.
Tough serve back there at Willett. Swears going to push the middle. Awkward hit there. Yegi couldn't get it down. Push to the outside. Big swing by Sibula. No touch. And the point's going to go to PV. Alleman with a serve. Raritan off the top of the block. As Grubb, the lefty, heads back to serve once again. A little distracted watching some Game 5 action over on the other court. Grubb going to set out here to Whelan. Whelan tries to go cross court, but Swears picks it up as the setter. Out of system ball. Big swing and blocked down by Brown. Boy, Brooklyn Brown has had herself a day. The senior, 5'9" middle. Again, there's not many middles shorter than that here playing in the 5A state tournament.
And after a huge start here by the Spartans, the Tigers are right back into that. It's 6-5 here.
And that serve goes out of bounds. Serving here is Schmidt. Brown again hangs out and able to drop it down. It does land. And just like that, we're tied up at 7.
Brown, some big points there to get these guys back into the game.
Actually, sorry, it's 6-7.
Every middle schooler just giggled.
Had to get that one in here at least once today.
Yeah.
Tough serve here. Swears pushes it outside. Off the top of the block. Tigers keep it alive. Whelan, the little tip, covered nicely by Alleman. The dump, thrown right back by Brown. Again, Kramer straight down, but kept alive in the back by Grubb. Valley. Oh, long. Those are the points that the Tigers seem to find themselves on the winning end of a lot. Back to serve now is Kramer. Getting her to the back row. Into the net. Brown to serve. Some great matches here after the 1 and 2 seeds, both won by sweeps. Waukee Northwest over Indianola and Centennial over Iowa City. The 4-5 and the 6-3 matchups have been outstanding here today. Ankeny in 5 right now, leading Dowling Catholic 11-8.
And how do the Spartans put the Tigers away here? It's just the Tigers are just hanging around here. Got the score tied back up again out to Conley. Conley dips it over.
Conley's been fun to watch today, and there's a point for the Tigers. There was a double called as it got sent over.
And there we are, Tigers with the lead.
Yeah, Brown back to serve there. Tight pass. Kept alive there. Connolly got a hand on it. They're going to go back to Connolly. She keeps it alive. Set comes over here. Whelan tries to go cross court. Kept alive. Everybody's kind of throwing it back and forth. Whelan, big swing. Puts it on the sideline. Kaylin Whelan.
First time she's done that all match has been going cross court and just took that one down the line and used every bit of the court to put that one in.
As Brown will go back to serve. Tigers in the lead. Trying to work that back line. They set to Wallette. Standing there, dug up by Sibyl in the back row. Brown off the tip, kept alive by Kramer. Wallette takes the swing at Brown again. Going to go right side. Going down with it is Whelan. Wow.
Had gone line last time, but this time smashed that ball, hard angle. 3-point lead for the Valley Tigers here, and it's a timeout for the Spartans.
Wow. Hold on, folks. We'll be back with more volleyball after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Oh, that's the problem. Back here, as we were able to watch a little bit of set 5 during the break, but we've got a good one going on here in set 4. Valley leading Pleasant Valley 11-8. Pleasant Valley up 2-1.
Like we're saying in the break here, just letting this Tigers team hang around, and this is exactly the kind of match that they love to play in.
PV on the attack. Back row. Kramer down off of Grubbs. Dig attempt.
Yeah, Kramer, nice job coming out of the back row. Perfect set from Maisie Swears, and able to put that one down.
And Swears on the serve. She had a nice little rally earlier. Going to go to Wieland. Wieland, and puts it right in the corner at the feet of the line judge.
Yeah, confirmed by the up ref, Grassley, as well. Both called that ball in.
Jay Grassley, longtime volleyball official. Set in the middle, back.
Blocked.
In the middle, that was Finn.
Nice
lollipop
serve. Nice
serve comes over tight, knocked back down, and a point for Valley once again.
Conley went up strong on that one, just popped that over to the right. Nobody was there.
Tough serve again coming over. Swears going to go on the slide and off the block, kept alive. Valley scrapping some more. Raritan finds the opening, but wow, Pleasant Valley keeping it alive. Alleman over on the free ball. Now Valley on the attack. Right side, straight down for Raritan.
Wow. Whelan just disguised that so well, and I thought she was going to go out to the outside and just sets that right back out of Reardon. Reardon just destroyed that ball.
Now Whelan in the back row, she'll set and sends that ball right on the end line for an ace. All Tigers here now in set number 4. Timeout, Pleasant Valley. Austin, I did not believe we would see anything remotely like this after that first set today.
No.
We'll take a quick break and be back with more after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Wow, back here, 16-9 here in set number 4. Valley just doing Valley things, Austin.
Yeah. Just not your beautiful volleyball, but these guys just have a ton of heart and get the keep that ball in play.
Pop-up serve there for Wheelan. Once again, they're going to go in the middle, off the top of the block, kept alive again. Going to go to Raritan, blocked again by Pleasant Valley. Raritan again on the attack and gets it through.
Just finds a way to keep that in play. Gets it off the top of that block, and it went straight down onto the PV side. Great serve.
Going to go on the right side. Willette hijacks that one out of bounds. Now some frustration setting in for Pleasant Valley. Wheelan serving again. Man, she's put that ball wherever she wants. Going to go to Willette. Little roll shot covered by Connolly. Valley a step ahead right now. Big swing there in the back row. Connolly keeps it alive. PV with a Willette. Can't get anything down right now. They push it to the corner. Look at the play
touch,
there.
It was a touch, yeah.
Yes, it was. That was Wheelan coming from the back row. She's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers right now. It's 19-9. Wheelan still serving. Ten-point lead for the Tigers. Big swing from Swears in the front row.
Yeah,
trying to end that rally.
Swears, being a lefty, is able to take that second ball and just swing on it. Hadn't been able to get that side out for a couple points, and she just took it upon herself to rear back and swing on the number 2 ball.
Tough serve. They're going to go on the outside. Raritan. Big swing down, and that's going to be a big kill there on the right side from Yegi.
That Jaeger or Schmidt?
That was Schmidt. There we go.
Yeah,
Schmidt. Long ways away for these old eyes to see.
Once again, it's that 9 and the 4 there, both in the front rows. Makes it a little bit difficult, but that was a great swing from the outside.
Little miscommunication there as Connolly and Raritan run into each other on the outside, and the point goes long for PV. Well, Pleasant Valley not going away quietly here in set 4. Great pass there off the serve. Raritan down and blocked down by the Spartans. Teamed up there, Willette and Yegi. Yes, Swears again to serve. We go right side. Connolly tips it over. Battle at the net and blocked down there by Finn.
Yeah, Finn's not somebody we've been mentioning quite a bit in the offense, but given an opportunity, she puts that one away. She's been mostly being keyed in on the defense, the blocking.
Connolly's had some nice serve runs today and starts this one off with an ace to make it 21-13.
Sets 1, 2, and 3. She'd been pretty consistently going cross court, but the last couple times she'd served down the line, went back to the cross court, and the Spartans have a hard time handling it.
Tight pass again. They go to the middle and a double-handed hit. Coming over by Yegi, kept it alive. Tigers going to control it here. Sibula tries to go down the line. It's covered by Swears. There you go, big swing by Willette. Pushing it back out here once again. Schmidt into the block.
And that was
that was a point for PV. Excuse me, it got over.
That was 2 sets by Kramer there. She had stepped in and take the second ball on both of those back-to-back swings there and gets an assist for the match there for her.
Wallette back to serve. Sibula.
Jeez.
Somehow kept alive in the back by Wallette. Another big swing straight down on the right side there.
What a rip.
Yeah, that's Schmidt.
I think it's Schmidt. Once again, the 9 and the 4.
Yeah, that is definitely Schmidt.
Definitely
Wallette's
Schmidt,
serving
yeah.
right now in the back row.
What a rip.
Valley getting the passes they need right now, just not able to get anything to fall. Pleasant Valley. Big swing by Kramer for the kill. Timeout Valley. Look out, we ain't done yet. 21-16, back with more here in set number 4 on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here in the 4th set, it's 21-16.
I feel really strong that the Spartans need to get this game and get this thing over with. They've got the offensive weapons to be able to do so. The experience here at the state tournament to be able to get on a run here. 16-21. They've got not a ton of points here to be able to get back into this, but they're on a pretty good run right now. See what the Tigers can do here.
They're done it behind Wallette serving. Little tip there, kept alive and out of bounds, and it is going to be a point to Valley. Last touch by Pleasant Valley.
Yeah, so I think she got it over the net and off the block. It scraped against the standard there. And,
they're going to change it.
No, hold on here. Hold on. What are they calling here?
Yeah, we'll see. They've changed it initially. Now they're bringing it back. They're going to discuss things. Jay Grassley says that Valley touched it last before it went off the antenna. This is one of those things that in college volleyball you'd go to the replay, but we don't have the benefit of replay here in high school volleyball. And the point does go to Pleasant Valley.
No, I think
it does. Now it goes back to Valley. Okay. Interesting.
So the interesting piece of this is that the down ref and the up ref can talk to each other via microphone.
So we don't know necessarily that they're
So typically in a match without that, I'd be expecting that up ref to call over the down ref to get the call that she had made over there, because it definitely was a call over there on that far side. And so with them being able to talk on that microphone, they were able to communicate what call that she had made. And I think that Grassley was just pulling the individuals over to make that to verbally tell them what she had said over the speaker.
The next point, however, does go to Pleasant Valley, and it will be Alleman back to serve.
Now, Spartans have no room to make any more mistakes here. They need to make this run. We need to make this run now to stay in this 4th set.
Going to go to Raritan, dug up back there by Wallette. Alleman comes in, and man, that's tough. Yeah. Swears and Alleman ran into each other. Now Raritan again off the top of the net. Kramer elevates. She's not been able to get many approaches here as the game has gone on, but gets that one to fall, and a point for Pleasant Valley. Boy, you can figure her out. She can get that ball down from anywhere.
Yeah, it's a special talent that Spartans have there in Kramer. Drake's going to have a great weapon next year.
So many college volleyball players that we've seen so far here today. Future in-state volleyball players. See Logan Vogt and Piper Ladwig for Waukee Northwest going to Iowa State as a point there for Pleasant Valley. Saw Sophia Austin for Iowa City West earlier going to Iowa State as well. And now Isabel Kramer heading to Drake. And just like that, what was a 10-point lead for Valley is now just a 3-point lead behind the serving of Wallette and Alleman. Right side, Raritan, though, puts an end to that one, makes it 23-19.
If they need a point, they're going to go to Raritan almost every time exclusively. I'd be dropping that block over there. I'd be shading that middle block over to Raritan's side, because if they need the point, that's exactly where they're going to go.
So now Grubbs come back to serve. Ooh, tough serve, but Wallette gets it up. They're going to go to Kramer. The little power tip to the corner, kept alive by Connolly momentarily. But again, Kramer finding the opening.
Yeah, Tigers just need to play side-out volleyball here, and they could get this game number 4.
Going to go in the middle. Brown off the net and down. Set point here, number 1 in set 4. Back to serve is Cibula. Wallette gets it up. Guarantee they go to Kramer here. They do, and she whips it wide. Wow.
That's
After a laugher of a first set, Valley is going to send this to set number 5. 2-2 in a sprint to 15, coming back here shortly on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Whether you volunteer or hang with friends, play pickleball, read or follow trends. No matter what your retirement style, you deserve healthy eyes and a healthy smile. Some Medicare plans don't cover vision or dental. With Delta Dental, you can save on what's essential. Get coverage and take care of your health. It's peace of mind, so treat yourself. It's more affordable than you might think. Give us a call or visit this link.
Nothing matters more than our community and our patients.
So when flu season's here, I love that I get to help protect them.
When you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you can earn a 20-cent fuel saver.
Scheduling your flu shot appointment is quick and convenient.
Because you can just walk up when you're shopping or schedule an appointment, whichever works for you.
Allowing you to pick a time that's best for you and your family.
Keeping families and communities healthy feels good. Visit your Hy-Vee pharmacy, get your flu shot, and earn a 20-cent fuel saver today.
Excelling in athletics takes teamwork, dedication, and a commitment to excellence. These are the same qualities that help our pig farmers and our communities thrive. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics and the student athletes who make us all proud. Visit iowapork.org/WeCare to meet the people behind the pork and hear about our winning approach to caring for our pigs, the environment, and our communities.
Well, if you are a fan of the next games getting set to go here in Class 4A tonight, which would be, that would be Sioux Center and Marion, the 2-7 game in Class 4A. That will not indeed start at 4:25, if that's what you're looking for right now, because we are going to the 5th set here in this 6-3 matchup. Pleasant Valley, the 6. Valley of West Des Moines, the 3. Austin, I did not envision us getting here after that first set tonight.
No, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. But from covering Valley the time that we have, this is just kind of feeds into their MO. So typically in these 5th games, you're only going to 15. So usually as a coach, you're breaking this down into three little mini games of who could get to 5 first, to 10 next, and to 15 to win the whole thing. So as a coach, you're focusing on that first win at first 1 to 5, first 1 to 10, and the first 1 to 15.
Both of these teams have been really good in putting together some long service rallies today. It'll be Maisie Swears to start things off for Pleasant Valley. Going to go to Raritan, a little slide. First time we've seen that from Valley today, but back over here now it's Willette. Willette dug up in the back by Rude. They're going to go to Connolly. She can't get it down. Long first set, a little tip comes over, and Pleasant Valley off the tip from Yegi gets the first point of this set number 5. Swears drops it over the net once again. Going to try this again to Raritan. It didn't work the first time. They can't get that timing down. And then a big swing dug up by Rude. Back row attack. Sibula puts it on the end line.
Wow. What a rip from the back row. Yeah, tried that slide again. I don't know if they were trying to work that, but it's just Raritan just was having trouble getting over there and getting into position. Because like we'd said in set 4, that's definitely the player that they want to go to be on the attacking side.
Connolly about put that long. Willette gets on top of it, can't get it down. They're going to go to Raritan. Blocked back over by Yegi once again. And Sibula gets that one down.
How tall is Sibula?
5'9".
5'9", just
5'8".
Big
so
jumper.
That means she's probably 5'7",
yeah,
actually.
Big jumper and
big
just putting that ball away.
Connolly just rockets that serve over. Back row attack, Kramer. Little roll shot picked up by Connolly. They're going to go to Raritan once again, and Raritan gets the kill.
Unorthodox, standing on 2 feet, and somehow just jumps straight up and puts that one down the line.
Valley up 3-1 here in set 5 and a sprint to 15. You mentioned the mini game. They're going to go. The set timing was off a little bit there as they tried to go to Willette, and that ball is knocked out of bounds, and the point will go to Pleasant Valley. Willette will head back to serve at 3-2. The most exciting overtime in all of sports is the sprint to 15 in volleyball. Willette, no room for mistakes. Tight pass. They go in the middle. Dug up there by Alleman. Outside Kramer. She's going to get her fair share of touches here in this 5th set. Going to go to Sibula. She tries to keep it alive and tools
nice
the block.
Block was ready to be there and ready to put that one away, and Sibula just takes it and wipes it right off that block.
4-2. Valley trying to be the first to 5. And as Rude heads back to serve. Goes at Alleman. Set in the middle. And put
nice
right
swing.
down. That was a great swing there by Willette. Or Yegi,
I think it was Yegi, yeah.
We are on the Valley side of the court. Very hard to see those numbers through the net necessarily for Pleasant Valley from where we're at, so apologize for some of the names we've got wrong here today. As Alleman back to serve. Set up, and Sibula, when Sibula gets that in rhythm, look out. She terminates that one.
So Valley wins the first mini game to 5.
Grubbs will head back to serve. I'm not going to lie, I watched Valley play earlier this season. I didn't think there's any chance they'd even be mentioned to be at the state tournament, let alone an opportunity to go on to the semifinals. Completely surprising me. But Coach Mikesell is just, every year this team improves throughout the course of the year. Not a team you want to play in the postseason. Brown puts that down. She's had a night.
8th kill of the match, but I think it's in game 4 and game 5. She just had some really important ones that she put down. That none bigger than that one right there. Gets them a 2-point lead.
They are really trying to get those serves deep. Kramer off the block. They're getting hands on everything right now. They go tough pass there to Connolly. Dug up. They're going to go to Kramer once again. You can just set your block over there permanently right now. And then look at that.
Right on the line.
Wheeland
Just want to call out that Conley came all the way across from her outside hitter position to pop that one up. Didn't really get as good a ball as she probably would have wanted to, but Whelan took that and went right down the line with the push pass.
Timeout, Pleasant Valley. 7-4 Tigers in the lead over the Spartans in this sprint to 15. We'll be back with a finish after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It is loud here inside Mediacom Extreme Arena. The Valley fans sensing an upset right now as Cibula heads back to serve. Tough serve, Wallette pops it up. Out of system ball to Kramer, but if there's anyone who can put down an out of system ball, it's Isabel Kramer, and she can't quite get it that time. Hits it long, and it's 8-4. The Tigers have doubled up the Spartans.
Cibula quiet 14 kills in this match.
And she gets an ace. Look out. Valley trying to pull the 6-3 upset to take on Ankeny Centennial on Wednesday morning at 10:25 right back here on this court. They go at Wallette. Kramer again. They won't set anybody but Kramer. And it was off the antenna, off of Valley. Off the antenna.
Off of Valley. Nice tool. But still got some hands on that. I mean, that's really been their recipe, is to get a touch on those hits that Kramer's doing to slow that ball down and make it playable for some of the other players on the court, and it's been working.
Kramer to the back row. Whelan tries to drop one in the campfire. Can't do it. Brown, big swing. Rejected back over. Outside Wallette, the power tip to the corner, kept alive. Valley scrapping here, sent over by Cibula. And the kill from Swears coming in. At some point, you just want to take the game into your own hands and put it down, and Swears just did that. 9-6, Tigers in the lead. They're going to try to make this comeback with Kramer in the back row, and she serves it long.
Second mini game to 10s, won by Valley Tigers as well. Up by 4 here, 10-6, game 5.
IMT insurance substitution. Nia Finn checks back into the front row. She's been disruptive. Brown, tough serve. Swears tries to go up, and she puts it down.
And I think I called out that she is a lefty, but she actually is a righty.
Yep,
so
she turns her body. It's awkward, but she gets it done.
It is awkward, but it's effective. That's her third time that she's done it, and I think she scored on it every time. It's just not going to be something that you don't want to rely on, because that block was there that time.
Whelan tries to go cross court, but Swears plays a little ping pong with her. You go back to Whelan. Dug up in the back row by Kramer. Trying to tip to the corner. They've got Pleasant Valley very afraid to hit things right now. Wallette keeps that one alive. Cibula going to go to Finn. Ball is going to go over. Jousted and then put down there in the middle by Yegi.
Yegi rises up above the net and just taps it straight down. No opportunity at all for the Tigers.
Baruden back to serve. It's 10-8 Valley. We talked about some of the serve streaks these teams have been able to go on. Going to go to Whelan. Whelan, the power tip to the corner. Great cover in the back by Kramer, and they're going to call a lift.
Wow.
On that power tip.
So what that referee is saying is he's saying that she came under the ball and held it as it went to push that the back corner.
They go at Connolly with a serve. Ball ripped right back over. It's set to the outside. Connolly dug up nicely back there by Russman. Big swing and a kill, and we're tied at 10.
Pleasant Valley Spartans have wiped away the 2 mini-game wins that the Tigers had established, and here we are at 10-10.
Wow, hold on. You got to win by 2. We'll see if either team can get ahead by 2. After this, here on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
It doesn't get any closer than this. All the fans in this arena that have left the Dowling-Ankeny game are over here right now watching this one. 10-10 in set 5. The 4-5 game went to 5. Now the 6-3 game is also in 5 at 10-10. With a date with Ankeny Centennial on Wednesday on the line.
Yeah, all the momentum is in favor of the Spartans right now.
Connolly dug up back there by Kramer. They're going to go back to Kramer in the back row. Roll shot into the bottom of the net. Look at the lines of people behind us keeping an eye on this game right now. Fans of the next game ready to get in as well. What an atmosphere we've got here inside Mediacom Extreme Arena as Wheeland now to set from the back row. Swears going to push it and ripped wide by Yegi.
Yeah, Valley's in their number one set right now, too. Their number one rotation with Wheeland in the back row serving. Huge point right here.
Set's going to come out here to Willette. Off the block, dug up by Cibula. Connolly hangs in the air and keeps it alive. They're going to push it out here to Willette once again. Blocked back and in.
Oh, boy.
Who else? It's Nia Finn once again coming through huge with a block.
She's fired up, and it's a timeout for PV.
Wow, Nia Finn has come on huge today. The 5'9" middle blocker for Coach Jeremy Mikesel has been disruptive all day long and comes up with a block none bigger than that one right there and puts it back in the corner.
Tell you what, everybody just went into slow motion after it went off that block, and everyone just watched it, waiting for that to see where that ball was going to land, and it landed in on the back corner of the court. Unbelievable.
Absolutely crazy finish to this one right now. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again. There is no more exciting overtime in sports than a set number 5 in the sport of volleyball. Every point so important. After you have the marathon of the first 4 games, that 15 happens quick in set number 5 as Wheeland will head back to serve again. Future college setter at Minnesota State. Over 1,500 career assists she's been setting for 4 years. Pops that one over. Set's going to go on the slide off the top of the hands. Dug up back there by Rude. On the attack, Raritan. Off the top of the net. Dug up back there again. They're going to go to Wallette. Wallette off the top of the hands. Out to Raritan once again. Raritan gets the kill, and we are at match point.
Yeah, Wheeland had popped that one up. Good defense, and Rude stepped up, used her hands. Had to do that behind the 10-foot line. That's the rule on that. And got it out to Reardon to put it away.
Match point. Wallette down and gets it to extend to another point at 14-11. And we're going to get some substitutions. No, we are not. It looked like we're going to get some substitutions here. We do. For Valley, and Swears, the setter, heads to the back row, and she has had some massive serving streaks today. We'll see if she can put together another one right now for PV. They're going to go on the outside. Raritan can't quite get it down. Owlman with a dig. Back out here to Wallette. Wallette puts it on the end line. Wow. We said with Swears right there, they go from one D1 outside hitter to another. That didn't miss by much. Valley, a timeout at 14-12. Match point number 3 coming your way after this on the IGHSAU Digital Network.
American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Set number 5, 14-12 Valley. This is match point number 3. Maisie Swears, the setter, has been on a serve run right now. She's had 3 in a row. Trying to complete this out now for PV. No margin for error right now for the Spartans. Goes at Sibula. They're going to take this, and it's a free ball coming over. Outside Wallette. Roll shot, gets it to fall. Match point number 4. Said that Swears is definitely capable of doing this. They've been at their best with her serving.
Tigers got to pull out their best play. This ball's going to Reardon. No doubt in my mind if they can get a set on it.
Connolly, a great 3-pass there. They go to the right outside. Connolly through the block, and Valley is on to the state semifinals.
Connolly got the set. I thought it was going to Reardon. She powered through that block, and it bounced around and hit the floor. The Tigers have pulled off the upset.
Connolly, the sophomore, with her 11th kill of the day, was a huge one. Early on, it seemed like PV was picking on her. They were serving at her, getting all sorts of free balls coming over on targets at her. But Ryan Connolly, the 5'10 sophomore, comes through huge and gets the kill to send Valley to the state semifinals. Bunch of happy faces of Tigers down there. Pleasant Valley, the 3 seed. We'll say goodbye. They're graduating seniors. And none more important than Isabel Kramer, the future Drake Bulldog, as we wait around for the trophy presentation here for Pleasant Valley.
Congratulations to head coach Amber Hall and the Spartans from Pleasant Valley on an outstanding 2025 volleyball season. And now we'd like to recognize today's Quick Star of the game, Kaylin Whelan from West Des Moines Valley. This standout performance earns her the honor of advancing her team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Thanks to Quick Star for their support of the IGHSAU. Tiger fans, your team advances to the semifinals and will play Ankeny Centennial on Wednesday at 10:25 a.m. Fans, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, we thank you for your support and your attendance.
As you saw, Kaylin Whelan with 10 kills, 5 digs, and 25 assists to add to her over 1,500 that she had in her career. Valley pulls the upset as the 6th seed in this tournament, knocks out Pleasant Valley, and they will play Ankeny Centennial on Wednesday morning at 10:25 with a trip to the state championship on the line. On behalf of our crew here in Coralville at Extreme Marine, I'm Andy Pollock, and thank you for watching our live coverage of the 2025 Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy.